Presented in partnership with Barra Brava Brewing. This is Lumpen FC.
Welcome back. You're listening to WLPN, LP Chicago, 105.5 FM. Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC. Barra Brava is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can currently find Barra Brava products at Life on Mars in Logan Square, Mars Community Club in Bridgeport, and at The Barrel in Pilsen. As usual, I am here today. My name is Adrian.
I'm Sebastian.
Jimmy J's not with us tonight. He is out of town, but we do have Drew joining us. Welcome in, Drew.
Thank you very much.
Drew is a member of the BPF. He is also putting on a very nice event for us here in October, which we will be talking about at the end of this show. But as we do normally for all of the new guests to Lumpen FC, what is your favorite club, Drew?
I'm a Liverpool FC supporter.
Finally.
Another Liverpool fan here.
Finally. There's more.
It's the Manchester United fans that we can't really find a whole lot of. Or the Chelsea fan. We haven't had a Chelsea fan. And what got you started in your love for the game?
Well, I think probably just growing up as a kid. I grew up in a small college town that was fairly international, so I had friends from sort of all over, so maybe kind of those earlier World Cup days where I was a kid sort of watching with other kids from all over the place.
Awesome.
Kind of got me into it.
Excellent. And as usual, if you want to follow us or have any communication with us during the stream or during the radio show, you can watch us on Twitch at Lumpen TV. We are on live right now. What's up, Cubeta on tour? Thanks for joining us on Twitch. Nice. You can also follow us on Instagram at Barra Brava Brewing Co. and as well as the 3160 firm, 3160 FIRM, which we will be posting the events that are coming up pretty soon that we'll be talking about here at the end. What we got for today's show, we're going to start with the Liverpool and Arsenal results from a week ago, as well as Isak making it into the LFC squad right before the window closed, the trade window. We're going to cover a little bit of what's going on in Chelsea. Looks like they're getting hit with 74 well, is it allegations? Is it fines? What is it at this point?
I thought it said charges.
Yeah,
which
so
I don't. It's semantics. Like,
so something about cheating.
Yeah.
As occurs in football. We'll be covering Champions League as well. The preview, all the matches start on Tuesday. We're going to introduce a new thing with BPF and Lumpen FC. We're going to be introducing a book club, so we'll be talking about that for a little bit. And then we'll be talking about the Chicago Fire FO. There was some things brought to light during this week, and it seems like they handled it very quickly. So we'll be bringing that up, as well as the event, the shirt press event that's coming up in October. So let's go ahead and get started. Liverpool versus Arsenal, a very exciting game actually to watch, which ended up, in a regular 1-0 score, as is.
I mean, the thing is, a lot of the, I guess the aftermath of the game, a lot of the neutrals were like, well, that was a boring game.
It was a great game.
And I went home
as a neutral. It was,
I mean, as a Liverpool fan, like it's hard to it's weird because it's like I can't watch it. I'm too in. Like I can't do it outside looking in. I can't be a neutral, right? It's a weird. You experience any of those games. Anybody who's watching their team play, you just see it so differently. So I had to go home and watch it again because I was like, oh, maybe it was boring. I watched it again. I was like, no, that was actually exciting. Isn't the right term, but it is. It was very like
tense.
Yeah. And it was very much a chess match, which some might find boring. I get it, but this idea of like, well, Liverpool and Arsenal weren't really doing anything in the first half because that was the big kind of like critique of the game, was that the first half was boring and nobody was doing anything or trying anything. I thought was completely, I mean, not completely entirely wrong, but it just seemed like they were canceling each other out, and they knew both teams were of course, there was that idea of like they were each respecting each other and understood that, whoever made the first mistake was going to get caught. So it was two teams that understood their levels, and then it just seemed like they were saying that like a lot of the feedback I read was that Liverpool wasn't really doing anything. Arsenal was actually the ones that had some more chances. The idea that Madueke out because they just brought him in over the summer to deputize for Bukayo Saka was actually looked really bright and really good, and that he had Milos Kerkez on skates, kind of like trying to defend him.
Yeah.
And I went back and I was like, no, they both played very well. Madueke looked great. He looked bright. He looked like he was the only one trying. He looked really very threatening. But Kerkez always had an answer for him. It was actually a great battle between those two. And I thought, throughout the entire game, it was like that. That was the funnest thing to watch for me, was those two going at it. Because, we've seen what Kerkez was doing in the first two games before. And he looked a little like trying to figure out what he was doing. He didn't look great. Let's be honest. Yeah. So it would be easy to say like, oh, Madueke could totally take him, and he didn't. And it just added more to that tension that we saw. So that's what I saw in the first half. I was like, that was a great matchup.
Yep.
And then in the second half, I thought it was a little bit more of the same until we started making some changes where when Liverpool added Curtis Jones and took out, I believe it was McAllister. McAllister wasn't having the best of games when I saw it the second time. He had some good moments, but for the most part, it was like, oh, you misplaced that pass, or you gave that ball up too easily in a bad position. And also on top of which, Mohamed Salah wasn't playing very well either. His
First game of the season, right? So
his touches were terrible, and he just looked really just kind of out of it, not his usual self. So it's weird because I'm looking at Liverpool when I'm first watching the game the first time. The second time, I'm trying to pay more attention to what Arsenal was doing. Mm-hmm. And it just seemed like they were playing very defensive and didn't want to take a lot of chances.
Neither team, I think.
Right. But it just seemed, but I always felt like Arteta's lineup was kind of strange, especially in the midfield when he didn't have Odegaard, which I guess he was hurt. So I understand it, but you still have Ethan Wijnary that could have been in there.
Yeah, because Odegaard did come on later in the game.
He came on later. He didn't.
But
really
from what I understand, the reports before the game is that he did have like
a shoulder.
I'm not gonna say it's an injury, right? But something that was bothering him. So
right.
why first game of the season, why throw him out there to actually aggravate the injury? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it was. So that's understandable, but he still had someone else that could have been in there. If it wasn't Ethan Wijnary, who does have experience in the 10 position, he could have thrown Eze, who I guess hasn't played, right? That makes sense.
Right.
But he does have experience, and it's not like he was rusty.
And he came out for a bit, right?
He did. He did towards the end.
He did.
Once they started noticing that Liverpool were getting more and more, they were getting closer to scoring.
More comfortable.
That's when Arteta was like, I better start trying to go and score myself. I thought that kind of strange compared to what Arsenal did last year or the year before. Whenever we've played them, they always just come out at us and come really fast and get at us, like try to score within the first 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. I've always said if you can hold Arsenal for the first 20 minutes, you have a good chance of seeing the rest of the half out, because they tend to cool off because they put so much energy in those first 20 minutes trying to score, trying to get something, press you, gegenpress you, trying to get you to cough up the ball, that it's an intense ride trying to get them off your back.
Well, it's a little bit of Liverpool's own medicine.
For sure, yeah, especially under Klopp, Yeah. I don't see it as much under Slot. Of course there is. But under Klopp, it was like that. It was just like...
No, it was nonstop.
You're not going to breathe,
For sure.
And Arteta or Arsenal like to play that way, especially in the last few seasons that I've seen them do it. So I was a little surprised that they didn't do that as much. They still pressed very well. Defensively, they were very solid. But yeah, it just took that. Eventually, we were able to break their midfield, and get behind them. And once we got there, and we were able to draw the foul, then it just went to Dominic Soboslai's brilliance, individual brilliance.
And I think that a lot of people had foreseen this being a close, maybe a draw, maybe a little bit more high scoring, but I'll trade all of that for that one moment for sure.
Yeah, that was bananas.
Yeah, it was a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
When we're looking at the stats about for this game, total Arsenal shots 11 to Liverpool's 9. Shots on target, though, is the difference there. 3 for Liverpool, 1 for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, when we're talking about possession, the possession time is crazy, right? Because both teams are basically at 50%, 53 to 47.
Yeah.
The pass accuracy also very similar, 84% to 81%. And then the corners taken, actually, that's where
Arsenal's got him on that.
Yeah, that's where I thought where Arsenal was going to prevail, because they're so well known for their set plays.
Right.
Again, we're talking about the beginning of the season, right? So maybe that's just not there right now. They haven't worked on it right, because it's the same squad.
What was that number?
It's like 9 or something.
So they had 8. Arsenal had 8 to Liverpool's 3.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that Liverpool was able to actually convert, was that one shot, that one free kick, which I thought was, I mean, come on, like, you're just not going to stop that.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know if he's going to repeat that again this season, but at that moment, it's what had to happen, right?
It's strange because Soboslai, it's been said that he does have that in his repertoire type of thing, but he was never able to show it because Trent would always take those shots. And now that he's gone, he's like, well, just go ahead and let's see if you can do it. He does have a sweet shot on him.
So he might be a problem, man. I think his potential is crazy.
Yeah, because he was playing right back the whole time.
Yeah, they got the Hungarian fullbacks here right now at Liverpool. It's a moment right now.
He's fantastic, and I think Martinelli always had some joy against playing against Trent with us, and now it was like he couldn't. Not that Martinelli has been pulling up trees the last couple of seasons, but still, he's still fast. He can still find space. He can still get a cross into the box. He can do anything.
I think he's great. I think that Arsenal's sort of blessed, man. They got a lot of toys out there.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure. The thing is, what happened with the corner situation is statistically, Arsenal's really great, but they kept drawing a lot of their corners on their right-hand side, Liverpool's left-hand side, right? Which means more often than not, usually Bukayo Saka with his left, because he's a left footer, would take those in-swing kind of corners. So it makes it more difficult to defend. Whereas this time around, it was Declan Rice doing both sides. So whenever it would go onto that corner, he would kick it with his right, and it would be an outswinging. And they're, I guess, statistically not as good from what I was reading on those outswingers, that they weren't creating anything as threatening as they normally do when they're in swinging. So that had something to do with it statistically also.
Yeah, sorry about that. I said first game of the season. It's the third game. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's just might not be there for them right now. It's things that you have to work on. I think Liverpool is going to be fine in that aspect. What I do see, if we're going to be talking about the table, as a whole run, I think Arsenal is going to get all their big games over with quickly. Well, it kind of looks like that for everyone. So that might help out. And I don't know, okay, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on. Maybe that was done on purpose because the teams that are going to Champions and so forth will have those games in December and so forth. But the points are there for the grabbing still. It's still early in the season. What is the table at? I'm assuming Liverpool's first, Arsenal's second, right? Let me look up the table.
No, Chelsea's actually second.
Yeah, Chelsea's
Is Chelsea second?
Yeah, I believe so.
Let me look it up real fast.
Yeah, I think we're.
Oh, yeah, Chelsea in second by a point. Because they've been cheating, according to 74 accusations.
Well, the thing is, allegedly, right? So
Allegedly.
it's the Man City thing of like, well, they allegedly cheated to get to the point where they're now prosperous. Except, Chelsea hasn't really won anything of note since like 2007, 2020, I think.
They've won quite a few. Yeah, but they did go on a run, though, didn't they? They had quite a few trophies there.
Oh, yeah.
Before the...
they get silverware.
Yeah, before the Russian oligarch.
That was the Abramovich time.
Yeah, that was the Russian oligarch
Yeah.
era. Yeah, absolutely. And then that's the thing, though. So he was in a hurry to sell the team. Who knows why? And then the sanctions came on to Russian oligarchs because of Ukraine.
Well, he was forced to sell
Right.
because of
So in the end, he
Ukraine.
was forced to sell. Right.
Right. And then, but he was already like, and I can't remember why, but he already wasn't allowed into the country, into England before that. I can't remember what it was for though. But I remember reading that.
Well,
you couldn't even go to the games. Remember?
Yeah, I think it had to do with some of that. Some of the
okay.
So there was a lot going on. There was a lot going on in that era of EPL. So there were the sanctions. Then there were the possible, where you the speculation, the alleged capability of using the team to move money.
Right.
So all that started happening. What occurred exactly with England, Britain? I don't know if it was the entire UK saying, "Hey, you got to get out of here," because you're dropping bombs on people.
Yeah.
So not really sure exactly what happened with him. We can look it up. But currently, right now, this coming weekend, we got Arsenal facing Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Which is just a very up and down team right now with Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest is interesting, and it's, oh man, I wish I could get up at 6:30 for someone else, but I don't know if I will. But because Nottingham Forest canned Nuno Espirito Santo,
They fired my boy.
Yeah.
They fired, but you kind of saw they didn't look like they were getting along at all there.
No, he wasn't getting along with he wasn't getting along with the owner, and I don't know who can.
He said
that guy's bananas.
Well, apparently he got along with the last coach. He says, point blank.
Didn't he like threaten him also? Like
maybe that's.
I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to have. Like your owner comes down onto the field.
Yes.
I mean, it's straight out of the TED show, right? Like the owner just comes onto the field to berate you, and you're like, "What are you doing, dude?"
There, from what I remember, and the one person that is listening right now to us, if someone can remind me, because I remember hearing about when he was in the Greek league, he went out there with like a sidearm when he went out on the pitch to like yell at people. Like it was very gangster kind of things going on.
I'm pretty sure that's confirmed.
Okay, so I wasn't just making it up in my own head. The thing is that this is the kind of guy who's like, it's almost like his presence is the threat. Just being there, it's like, oh, I better not mess with this guy. We all saw what Gibbs White looked like when the thing is, they met the release clause and he still didn't let him leave.
Yeah.
What is that?
No, you're not going anywhere.
Okay, so
sign the paperwork.
That's what I mean.
No one ever leaves.
Yeah. And so Nuno's like, I'm getting out of here.
There is no escape.
God bless him. But then he brings in Big Ange. He brings in Postecoglou.
But see, here's the thing, though, is that, I mean, crazy loves crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's that relationship right there. Like those two together, that's gonna be some bonkers parties.
And then when it goes awry,
it's gonna be a bonker story.
It's gonna be even worse. And it's going to eventually. That's not gonna be a parting of like.
Which is interesting, though, because that owner who is my way or the highway hires a manager who is absolutely my way or the highway. I mean, look what Ange did at what was it, at Chelsea? He was just not going to change his play tactics. He was not going to change what he was doing. And it didn't matter who talked to him, who spoke to him, if the captain was like, hey, look, we need to change things up. But you're sitting on the bench for the next 2 months. Like, it's really odd to have these two personalities. Like, oh, yeah, we can get along for 36 more matches.
and just to show you that I trust you and I respect what you're doing, go to Arsenal away in your first game.
In your first game, right?
Like, it's going to be... And the other thing is, the way Nuno would play with that team is like kind of the polar opposite of what Ange plays like. Mm-hmm. He likes to bed in and hit you on the attack, whereas Ange is all like, my defense is going to be in your half, and I'm just going to run back and try to catch you if you just lob it over me, because he plays that suicide high line.
It's just not going to work out with Arsenal.
Arsenal's
going to eat that alive.
And so
they're going to eat that alive.
So I
mean, even Martinelli's going to get some.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Gyökeres is going to feast.
Gyökeres is going
to. And in my opinion, he's not even that fast, and he's still going to blow them all away.
Yeah.
Because I mean, but now the thing is, the reason I do want to watch this is not just because of that, but I want to see if Ange actually does do that. Does he have enough time to implement the way that he likes to play, or will he just let them play the way they've been playing for now until he can get them integrated to his style? You know, because I could just see him being like, no, just play it safe for now. We're at their house. We're at their ground. They just lost. They might be losing momentum. They have injuries. Let's take advantage.
No, this is going to be an amazing powder keg to watch.
Yeah,
For the
but
rest,
it's at
for the rest of
6:30
the season.
a.m. You know what I mean?
And I don't mean just this match, but Forrest for the rest of the season is going to be an amazing powder keg to watch, because eventually, like, these two personalities, which are big personalities, and you know the owner, what's his name, is probably in the locker room at times.
Oh,
you know,
with a gun.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
So as a player, like, you must be just like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I have to get, you know, secretly, you know, talking to your agent on the cell phone, like, get me out of here. Like, it's going to be an interesting, and then not only that, look, Nottingham Forest is not going to take the league, right? I'll say it right now. I'll put it out there. They're not going to take the league.
They were close last year.
Where did they finish?
Well,
they
they were in top 4 for a while.
Yeah, they started falling off
They did.
at the end.
And I think they ended up like in 7th.
Yeah.
They did qualify for Europa.
Almost.
Conference or Europa? I
Europa
can't
or
remember.
conference.
One of them, but they qualified, right? They qualified.
Yes, I think they're in Europa.
This is a club who not long ago was in the second tier. You know, in the second,
I'm pretty sure they got
division.
into Europa. But anyway,
which is big. You know,
Which,
for a
yeah,
club,
for
you know,
them,
move
yes.
up. That's
Yeah,
insane. That's
yeah.
great. That's a good job, and you know, we'll see what happens. I think these two personalities clashing together by December. There might be something that's going on.
I mean, people are already placing bets as to how long he's going to last.
I mean,
Oof.
either way, though, he gets a payout, right? So,
Oh yeah, no, Ange will win.
Ange is a guy I like too. Pretty much wherever he goes, I'll root for those teams.
Yeah.
Ange is an interesting character. to
He'll
watch.
make his.
That'll be this Saturday. What game we'll be watching will be Man City versus Manchester United. That's Sunday at 10:30. And if you want to follow us, you know, any of the viewings or events that we'll be showing, just follow us on Twitch. On Instagram, as I had mentioned before. As a prediction for that, it's City.
Is
at
that
home?
at City?
It's at City. City at home. But City looking not like City.
Gettable.
Yeah, gettable. They don't look ready. They don't look prepared. Pep looks incredibly frustrated with what he has. It is obvious that some of the crew that he's gotten in, that he picks his crew, right? Like, that's just the way it goes at City. Some of the crew that is just not. I don't think they're just not getting it.
So on that subject, that's kind of what I was talking to you earlier on in the week about how there's this thing of like how managers have gotten so much leeway and so much power as to into choosing who comes and goes into their team, and Pep is one of those. And the thing is, and maybe we can talk about this because the way I see it is, the results do speak for themselves, but Pep has had a lot of duds in this Man City team.
Well, but because
that have not worked out.
Well, see, but that's the thing, though. So that's Pep's MO, and it's been everywhere. You know, if he doesn't like what you're doing, if he doesn't like what he sees out of you, he'll bench you, he'll cut your contract, and you can leave. And he's done it to God himself. He did it to Ronaldinho at Barca because Ronaldinho plays a freestyle game.
Sure.
You're not going to trap him into a situation where it's like, well, I need you to run from here to here and do this. That's not Ronaldinho,
I think that's
right?
why Jack Grealish didn't do that great.
I think players with talent, he shuts them down.
He still won, but
Like, they have the
Exactly,
he needs them to be able to make the pass. I need you to get here, make this pass here, and have this player do that. And I think the dream was to have, you know, Haaland as the striker that he is, as a phenomenal striker that he is, to be finishing every play for him, or a lot of plays for him, with his wingers feeding him and his midfielders feeding him with the through ball. And that just hasn't played out. And I'm not going to say that it's Haaland's fault, because, I mean, the guy scores 30 goals by December, you know, so Haaland's doing his job. I just think that the other players are just not getting...
staying humble.
Yes, they're staying humble. Exactly. They're not getting the style. They're not getting the play. And a lot of players, and I went through this in high school also. If you have a coach or manager who tells you, no, this is the job that you have to do. This is the only job I want you to do. You kind of just shut down internally. It's like, oh, so I grab ball, I pass ball. Job's done. I grab ball, I pass ball. And then it looks like you're just not really caring about your job because it's, well, I don't. I grab ball, I pass ball. I'm not playing. I'm just robotically doing what the manager wants.
Well, I mean, I think that a lot of that comes to a philosophical thing too, where you have like coaches like Bielsa, where they're sort of will tell you that this is being drawn out of the game and the creativity is being formulaically sort of exposed and deterred, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it comes down to, you're right, maybe systems like Pep that are so successful, it's hard to argue with success.
Yes. But then you see those players leave. Like Grealish, like a perfect example. You give him a little opening. Hey, dude, do that thing you used to do. No, not take a shot. Just facilitate the passing, facilitate, the game. And the guy's got what? He's on 4 assists already.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of what I was trying to mention with Pep is, he will bring in those players to play those positions the way that he wants them to play. But Jack Grealish is the perfect example. Why bring in someone like that to get him to do what you got him to do? Because
the money.
I know, but you paid $100 million for someone to do that. It's like you could have gotten anybody for half the price.
But it's what he's done the entire time. I mean, look at what he did at Barcelona. He had a team that was already a solid good team. Pretty much took out half of it, rebuilt it, and got his automatons in. And Barcelona was successful. You can't take it away, right?
Yeah.
Granted, you had Messi still, and you had...
But they were individually very talented also.
But it was also one-touch pass play, one-touch tiki-taka.
And Messi's also smart enough to kind of play into that system, too. It's just he's a special case, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can coexist with that kind of system.
Yeah, to play that brand of tiki-taka that he did requires players that are vastly talented.
And that's what I'm saying.
To be able to pull it off.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He got that at Bayern also, where he had, incredible talent. Yeah. On top of that, you're Bayern. You're not going to lose the league, right? You're going to win titles. Yeah. You're at that time, I think it was Dortmund and Klopp that were their biggest. And Klopp did take one. Klopp did take one.
Klopp won it twice.
Yeah, so Klopp took it, from him also. So, that's... It failed in that aspect, but they did win almost everything else.
Klopp's always been his kryptonite, though.
Yeah. Exactly. And then he comes to City where they basically said, hey, the checkbook is yours. Get what you want. Yeah. And he did. And he made those players. And look at the players that he did have and what he made them do. Silva, De Bruyne. These are all players that at any other club would be doing fantastic. But under his regime, De Bruyne, you do this. Yeah. Silva, you do this. Aguero, which he did. I don't think he got along with Aguero, but Aguero finished so many times for him that, well, okay, what are you going to say? And then even then, he left. He was like, no, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm out.
Yeah.
After they won a title.
After they've won, kept winning.
Yeah.
The thing is that with him was, I don't know what happened, but I think in around 2018 to about 2022 or so, his whatever he brought in was working out, but I can name Daku, not that great. Savinho, not that great. Nunez, not that great. Calvin Phillips, not that great. I mean, and some of these that he's brought in from December onwards, maybe Marmouche has been really good. Reinders, I think is a good pickup, but not really showing us anything yet. It's kind of I don't know if he's lost the touch or if there was somebody that was there with him that was helping him make those decisions. Might not be there anymore. I don't know. But
I think
he's had more misses than hits.
Are you saying that the Cone guy that went to Arsenal is not there anymore to help him out?
I don't know, man.
His Cone guy?
Something's wrong. Whatever it is. I don't know what's going on back there.
Well, we'll continue talking about City and Manchester United as soon as we come back after this break. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC. We will be right back.
Yes, Gomez Peña is back. The Mix Files are back in Lumpen Radio. Now, broadcasting from both San Francisco Califas and Mexico City. Acompáñenos.
Buddy gives artists and small manufacturers in Chicago a place to showcase and sell their goods and artworks. Buddy retails to a vast audience of Chicagoans and visitors at the Chicago Cultural Center. Buddy is a shop as local as it gets. Buddy is part of the nonprofit Public Media Institute. Visit hi-buddy.org for more information.
Second promo. 30-second promo. 30-second promo. You've never heard anything like this before. It's postmodern talking with Bobby Kahn and DJ LeDuce. Only on WLPN 105.5 FM. 30-second promo.
You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC. We were just covering Manchester City versus Manchester United this Sunday. So as a prediction, I am kind of sort of okay with what I'm seeing from Manchester United at the moment. I know this is a work in progress. I kind of like the way it's starting to set up, the way the midfield's starting to set up, the way Bruno's really getting those through passes into our attacking front. The attacking front finally looks like an attacking front. If you were to look at what it was supposed to be with Rashford and Sancho and all the other guys, where it just didn't pan out. Defensive-wise, I think it's still a weakness for United. I think we're depending on a couple of old players who've been there a while to save us. Casemiro. Well, Casemiro and Harry, I think we're still dealing with. I'm forgetting all their names right now.
Do you still have Lisandro Martinez?
I think
Or
Martinez
is he injured still? I don't remember the situation.
So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I know Martinez was looking for a trade. So I know that there was the issue where we were trying to offload him.
Yeah.
But he was injured, and I don't know if he's going to be coming back after that injury or if he's going to go on loan in the middle of that. The thing is, once you have an injured player, it's really hard to move them because they're not going to pass a physical when they have a torn hamstring or a ripped calf or anything. It's just not going to happen. So I'm not exactly sure right now up to what's going on with Martinez. But in either situation, I don't think Martinez right now is absolutely essential to what Manchester United has to do. Yeah. Two of the issues, again, so one, defense, not so great, which City could possibly tear us down, especially that box play, inside the box play. We don't cover very well. It looks very sloppy. It looks like a bunch of kids running after the ball.
You mean for like for a corner or
no. So like when another club or another team, another squad gets into our box,
I see.
It looks really sloppy. The outlet passing is just not there. Looking for the guy on the counter is not there.
They just try to clear it.
Just try to clear it. Just get it out of there.
AYSO.
AYSO. It looks very AYSO. And we don't have depth right now because we got rid of a lot of players on loan, which we're still paying for their checks. We also got rid of a lot of players not on loan, just had to get rid of them. And then we have injuries already. So in that aspect, if it gets drawn out and it gets very, very physical, it might be a tough run for United. But I'm going to call it now, and I'm going to say that United either takes this as a win or a draw. So either way, it's a win away.
That's being pretty optimistic.
Yeah, I think they got it. I think they got this one. As for Liverpool, I mean,
Why not?
It's just Man City.
I'm gonna put it out there.
They got a lot of injuries.
I don't know if I'm gonna put
Man
that.
City does too, or is it just Man U?
Yeah, well, Man
U's
U's
got a
got
lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of injuries.
Oh boy.
I mean, we can go over Liverpool, Burnley if you want to.
It's at Turf.
Liverpool, right?
It's at Turf Moor, and there's not much to talk about other than Isak might actually have his debut. I don't know if he'll start. I'll be surprised if he starts, to be honest. But
I mean, with the week off, it helps.
Yeah,
international break.
But I think he just started practicing with them.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. How do you feel about Isak getting into the both of you? How do you feel about Isak getting into Liverpool right as the window trade window closes?
It's just
feel
the
pretty
worst.
good
You
about
know? Just what are we even thinking?
Did you dump the whole full 150 odd million that they were asking for? I didn't keep.
No,
up with
so it was the story goes that Newcastle originally wanted 150 million pounds,
Yeah.
which is like close to $200 million for him. And we came in with a bid of 110 million pounds, and then they quickly rejected us. And we were like, all right, well, then you let us know when you want to talk. And they spent the next 6 weeks trying to scramble to find somebody to replace Isak. And then Isak was just like, I'm not going to play for you guys at all. You better figure this out, so on and so forth. I think at the end, we ended up paying, I think it was agreed upon 130 million pounds.
It's 125.
But then it became 125 because Isak gave up his loyalty bonus, as the way I heard it, which ended up being 5 million pounds. So it resulted in 125 all total.
Which is a British record.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is that like with players like this, I'm optimistic because of what we've already seen. What Alexander Isak can do.
He was good against Liverpool, man.
He loved playing against us.
So
like his debut in the Premier League, he smoked us because he played against Liverpool when he came from Real Sociedad 3 years ago. He destroyed us. He was so good. So it's going to be interesting to see how he works into the slot system. But it's like anything else. Like the price tag is always gonna put a lot of pressure on him. And also, the way I see it is that these are just like investments. That's what players essentially are, especially players of this price tag. So you take a gamble, and hopefully they work out. I think the odds are for him that he will work out at Liverpool, and I'm glad to see like that we got him, and that we're actually we not only broke the transfer for him, but we also broke it for Wirtz. Liverpool doesn't move like that. Not since I've been following them.
I mean, you broke it for Van Dijk also, right?
Yeah, but we
For a
had to give up
defensive
our best player to get
we
Van
made
Dijk.
a bunch of money off of Coutinho.
Yeah.
Is the way the story is.
Yeah, it's not like we just pulled it out of our pocket and here you go. I mean, we made a lot of sales this summer, but not enough to cover our costs the way we normally do. Because Coutinho, when we sold him to Barca for 146 million, something like that, that paid for Van Dijk and Alisson and a little bit of Fabinho too.
Which is
so that was kind of big for us. So without selling like Mo Salah, which is like the equivalent of today,
which was a possibility in this window, right? So
I mean, maybe next window, yeah.
Yeah.
So like we didn't have to do that. We just we won everything. Let's buy everybody.
Well, I don't think you're selling Salah next window.
No. I mean, like it's possible that
Next
we sell
summer
next
window.
summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the December window, I don't see that happening.
Oh, no,
because he's
no.
going to be out at AFCON.
He's gonna be an AFCON anyways. Yeah. So I mean, it's exciting it's a surprise to all of us, not just our rivals, but to us also. Of like, we're actually spending this. We're actually moving big. It's been a while, without having to possibly like hinder ourselves in the process.
to
Like
take a big step back.
exactly.
I mean, you won what? How many titles in the last
2?
We won two and won
that's
champions in the last.
Money in the Bank also, and Champions is a big payout also.
5
So.
years, yeah. I mean, Klopp worked miracles with what he had. To be honest, that's why we were able to end up where we are now. Because despite our comparatively low amount of spending, we were still able to win kind of almost every year, at least a trophy.
Those teams that Liverpool had when they were going against City, they were so great on the wings, right?
Yeah.
It was the fullbacks and then the wings, and it was
Pep was frightened of our attack of Salah, Mane, and Firmino. It was one of the best
those games
things.
were very defensive.
Yeah,
if I recall them.
Yeah, you didn't know what to do with us.
While we're talking about EPL, let's stick with these subjects and look at Chelsea. So
Enron.
this Enron, right? Exactly, Enron, which is crazy what they do, right? It's just it's bonkers. I mean, these
I just came here for that.
these allegations were bound to come up at some point. I mean, everyone for the last 3 or 4 trade windows has just been like, how are they doing this? But then again, this isn't about what happened in the last few windows. It's just up into what happened up to 2022, which isn't too far off. This is coming in from where am I getting this from? The Guardian. Chelsea are expecting to be hit with a substantial financial sanction for transfer misdemeanors, which I would have to look that up.
Transfers.
There's agents and third parties.
Yeah, it's a whole fiasco. Today, they were charged with 74 breaches of its rules relating the use of football agents, which is getting kind of weird because these guys don't only have their mom or their dad is an agent, but then they have an agent, and then who knows who sets up the other intermediaries that are actually agents for something else. The agent thing is a little out of control. And that's the thing, though. That's what I was asking you when I was reading this report earlier. What is an agent nowadays? I don't know. Like how does this work? Which all the legalities. If there's anybody out there that has any input on it, please let us know. The club now face a lengthy charge sheet after an investigation into transfer activity under the ownership of Roman Abramovich, who is the Russian oligarch.
Good luck catching him, though.
Right. Yeah. They're accused of making undisclosed payments to secure transfers, Now, and the big ones are Eden Hazard, which went to Real Madrid, which was kind of like, well, then what was Real Madrid doing on the side? Because I know we paid a big chunk at Real Madrid for Eden Hazard to just sit on the bench. So I don't know what went on there.
Well, I don't think that was the intention. That's just what ended up happening.
Yeah,
I don't think it was the intention.
I don't know. And at this point, I'm wondering, was it? Was it not?
Let me help you out, Chelsea.
Well, are you just paying back something else? I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
Yeah.
Willian and Samuel Eto'o. So yeah, I mean, those were some pretty good players for Chelsea.
Very, very expensive too. Both.
Yeah.
Eto'o for sure.
The FA definitely confirmed the charges. That were 6 rules taking place during 2009 to 2022. It's going to be, of course, it's going to go to an independent commission, which is all of these do.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, when trying to compare this to the other big charges at Man City, the 115 or the 130 or whatever, is the key difference, though, is that Man City refuses to cooperate, whereas Chelsea, Todd Bowley and company, when they bought Chelsea and they came up, they were like, "Oh wait, shenanigans here."
Well, yeah, but that's one of the things where it's like, oh,
we found all this.
So you didn't, when you paid, what was it, 2.5 billion or 3 billion basically for Chelsea, you didn't do your due diligence and look at those books to begin with. I mean, it's something that just appeared out of the blue.
Okay, so let's say,
we're talking about Bowley here, right? This isn't he's not new to this. He's not.
So this is what I'm exactly. So let's say that's not the case.
Soccer, though.
I mean, but let's say that's not the case. Let's say business is business. They did their due diligence.
He's not new to international business whatsoever.
They sent out all the eggheads to crunch all the numbers, and they must have already found the shenanigans, and they bought it anyways. Now, why would they do that?
And then they just said, "Hey, shenanigans."
Well, that's what I think. That's what it looks like it happened, because they said it almost right away.
Well, that's what I was saying also. Maybe it's one of the ways to chip away at that final number of the $2.5 billion sale, because Abramovich has never seen the $2.5 billion because it's frozen in an account because the Russians can't have money. So,
but okay, so that's something that I didn't know. So the money that they paid to get Chelsea technically is supposed to go to Abramovich.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's how
or whatever his company is, the holding, where the holding company is, whatever umbrella of an umbrella. Yeah.
So on the other end, the other thing that I don't understand, and maybe it's out there, but I haven't read an article on it, is Chelsea, as far as I remember it, was indebted to Abramovich, and he quote unquote dropped all the entire debt, which from what I remember, it was like in the billions.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know the law, but it sounded like he could reinstate that whenever he wanted to, if he wanted to. He can put that debt back. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I remember hearing about it. But I didn't know that it was all frozen to Abramovich. I guess that makes sense.
All right, so this is the sentence here from that gets me from The Guardian that gets me, because it just sounds so shady. It's so shady. Among the rules cited are those that prevent clubs from making undisclosed payments and using unregistered intermediaries. What were you looking? Were you going to your local bookie and like transferring money through them, or how?
No. See, what you do is again, look. I would imagine it's what Man City did. They set up a dummy corporation to put in money through said dummy corporation and make it seem like it's an investment.
Now, for those of you listening in on on the radio, Man City's been charged with 115 cases of whatever it is that they were doing, which and they've been kicking that can down the street for what now? Like almost 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 years. They're like, yeah, it's 115 charges, but we're not really going to talk about it because, the OPEC money threatened to just pull everything out.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to take everything with us.
They ended up deducting Everton 10 points.
they punished Everton. We got to punish someone, so we're going to punish Everton.
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen with this Chelsea deal too. Because
take more points from Everton for that.
It sounds like because they admitted their guilt, they're just gonna get like a slap on the wrist, maybe points deduction, but I'll be surprised if they even get that. They'll pay a fine. That is nothing. That's pocket change.
Yeah. The last one was what, $10 million.
It's something
these guys.
It's gonna be something like that.
Yeah, they definitely find out. That's what gets left behind on their private jets.
I mean, at worst, and I'd be really surprised, is they might get a transfer ban for like a window. I doubt it'd even get that.
I doubt it. Cubeta on tour on Twitch commenting, Man City still isn't punished despite not complying, but Chelsea would be.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what ends up happening. But some of the stuff, look, okay. I've been watching the game since I can remember being able to see. I can remember that's soccer on TV. These type of things, the manila envelopes, the cheating through the bank accounts. I mean, Barcelona, the one of the presidents literally just ripped the entire club off and went and hid all the money in the Cayman Islands, allegedly. This is stuff that definitely happens, and I'm interested in why these supposed crackdowns, because they're not cracking down. They haven't done anything to Chelsea. They punished Everton instead. They're not going to do anything to Chelsea. Some of the things that Real Madrid has done, and we have done, things. What was it one time? Okay, yeah, you can't you can't do any trades for 2 years, which did hurt us in like the 5th year because we didn't have a bench at that point.
That has happened to Chelsea also. They've had a transfer ban before.
City, kind of, sort of, no, not really. But all these big clubs. We don't even know what Manchester United was doing, but there was a while there where they were just throwing money at everything. And we still don't know how they were managing to do that when the club is basically in debt, on a lien.
Man U?
Yeah. The club itself is in debt on a lien, literally on a lien. How?
But the thing is, Man U, I don't know if this answers that question completely, but Man U always makes a ton of money.
And we're not even started with what Juve has done, or
Juve got punished though.
But Juve got sent down.
But that was because what they were doing was just awful.
No worse than what these other teams are doing.
Organized crime. Like, come on, it's insane. For those of you who don't know, read up on it. It is bonkers what Juve was doing. So there was the belief that Newcastle was doing certain things, or that the investigation went into that. This is something that we've grown up with. We've seen every year. Yeah. Every year, conversation comes up about it. You hear what such and such is doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then nothing big ever really happens.
Yeah, I mean,
except for Juve, but that's a whole other thing.
the thing
think there was murders involved in that one, so that was pretty bad.
You go to City of B for a while.
The FIFA's gonna let people buy the World Cups, man. You know, it kind of think it
Yeah.
starts from the top down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
look,
it's
look,
like
look
the-
at. I mean, that's a perfect example. You know, so
Nation states.
the current administration allows FIFA to do kind of whatever it is they're doing here in the United States now, and then so FIFA, we'll open an office in New York to do what in? Just
Yeah, aren't they gonna do it
in Trump
It's in
Tower.
Trump
In Trump
Yeah,
Tower.
It's like, to do what in? What are you gonna do in that office? No, nothing. We're just gonna rent an office out at $1 million a month.
Did
Like,
you see
what?
that video
Want to be in the room when it
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
Did you see that video of them letting Trump touch the
The
the World
dude,
Cup
I was just-
trophy?
because only winners can touch
Yeah,
it. It's like, I almost threw up. I almost threw up. Like it was,
Jesus, I mean,
but
they're
you
just
let
the
Salt Bay touch it also.
oh
so
yeah, that's
don't
true.
even-
That's true. It's ruined anyways.
You ruined it.
I think he's been on a downward trajectory since then. I think Salve.
Sabe, yeah. Well, he got to touch the trophy though.
But what's funny is who's that famous singer? There was a famous singer, a lady who was standing next to it, and she was like gonna just like put her arm around it, and security's like, absolutely not.
But Sabe got on.
But
it.
Salbe, well, but that was because who handed it to him? I think it was Messi or someone handed it to him.
No, I don't
or-
know. I think Messi looked at him like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, and then there was a player that handed it him, and so he was taking pictures. That was hilarious.
bro.
What a mess. Although I did like Chelsea's response to Trump being on the stage
They
when
told
they were
him
about.
to-
It was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't belong here."
It's like him and Cole Palmer
that
look
was
like the
Reese.
most confused people on that stage.
Cole Palmer's look was hilarious. Like, hey, who
Is he gonna leave?
who is this guy? He asked him dinner. He was like, "Are you leaving?" And he's like, "Nah, look, I'm on TV." And then when he takes the medal and he sticks it in his suit pocket, that's fantastic.
Classic.
So fantastic.
Those are good moments.
Not,
So-
not even South Park.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not yet, anyway.
So to finish up the story, the commission has the power to levy sanctions, including points deductions.
Yeah.
Should it deem appropriate, which it won't.
No.
And they will come out with an outcome, and then to see what UEFA does, according to a 2023 issue, which is incomplete financial reporting. So there's that one waiting in the shadows for them.
The thing is that these teams, Chelsea, Man City, at this point, they've done whatever alleged crimes that they're gonna do. But like anybody else that's in that position, they're too big to fail.
They're the American banking system.
Yeah.
They are.
They're
They're too
way
big to fail.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I was thinking.
The,
like,
the
what's-
viewership goes down.
what happens? Okay, yeah, exactly. What happens if a team like Chelsea or Man City at this point that's got a ton of viewership, it's got a ton of money coming into the country and into the FA, all of a sudden goes into the championship, and now all that money gets lost. They're never gonna let that happen. They just won't. They'll
Well, so
never
I
do
don't-
a Juve unless
I don't
it's
know.
got to
I
be
don't know, man,
worse
because-
than what Juve did.
No, because see, that was the thing. When Juve was thrown down, the viewership in the second tier went up. And right now, the championship, which is the EPL second tier,
Right.
has pretty decent, pretty good
Okay,
viewership.
so
So
now-
if you sit down like a Chelsea or even maybe an Everton or something like that, it might even help boost those numbers more. Like
That
at
li-
this point, I
Maybe.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
for sure. That league is really interesting though, because you always got the fight to stay in it, and
Yeah.
you got the fight to go up. So
Yeah.
it's even more
Yeah.
contested. There's a lot less room for error there, and yeah, it's more tribal, I suppose.
And it's picked up quite a bit of viewership over the last few years because it's a very exciting league to watch.
Yeah.
Now with all the American fans jumping in to watch Wrexham as well,
Right.
so now they have that viewership on top of it. And who doesn't want to see,
And
Deadpool versus City?
And
Like,
I'm also pretty sure that in the UK the EPL has a lot more restrictions on those matches being broadcast, whereas
Yeah,
in
they
the
do.
United States
They
we've
do.
got pretty good apps and stuff, and we can kind of get on there if you want. You can stream almost all of them, and you can definitely get the replays, most of them live. And I think it's a little bit more challenging. So the champions, maybe that's a little bit more accessible.
exactly.
And
yeah.
even then, they're starting to talk about maybe like doing away with that with the blackouts because they used to do it because people just wouldn't go to the games and they couldn't sell tickets and that kind of screwed over the home teams or whatever. But now it's like you can't find a ticket.
Sure.
Yeah.
So now it's like, why do you still have these? Like, why is it that the very people who are there in that city can't watch their team play? You know.
Yeah. What is it
it's
like?
Kind of dumb.
Man U, as bad as they've been in the last few years, I think are still like on a 20-some-odd year waiting list.
And also,
So
yeah, exactly. No,
it's just
Liverpool's
nuts.
the same thing.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
And let's be honest, everybody just gets a VPN and pirates it anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you really doing? Like, does it help at all?
Nah,
Make it work for you instead of
I mean,
against you.
from standing from the position that I'm in, if they actually helped us out by sending a couple of those clubs down in the championship, I think it'd pick up viewership quite a bit. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, they might do it on their own. Everton definitely tried the last couple of years to go down there.
Well, but that's the thing, though. So they took so many points from Everton that one season that they were in last place.
Yeah,
they
they
were in last place, and they still
Good
like
old Sean
nah,
Dyche.
we're
That
going to
Dyche ball.
stay up. We're going to stay up. And and it was pretty convincing. I mean, they made those points back probably within 5 games, 5 to
Something like
8
that.
games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's hard to stay. It's hard to stay.
Yeah.
So to finish up that last part, since this is why I think they're not going to punish Chelsea at all, because of this one quote. The club has demonstrated unprecedented transparency during this process, which means they're not going to do anything to these guys.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they cooperated.
Yeah.
I wonder if Man City had actually just cooperated. I bet you they would have. It would have been all over, and they would have been fine.
Well, it's the same ownership group then. Bowley can kind of throw his hands up and be like, look, I don't know what was going on.
That's
back
true.
then,
That's true.
guys."
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, he'd just be like, "Hey, this isn't me.
No.
You guys do whatever you need to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the
Don't-
messenger."
Don't mind all the trades I've been making
Yeah.
since I got the team.
Oh, that's the other
Don't,
thing.
don't
It's
mind the 400 players I have on contract.
Yeah, these all these punishments are what happened like 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
What's happening right now? You know, what's
Yeah.
going to get prosecuted in 15
Yeah.
years from now? You know,
Because he's got players on a lot of players on contract, and not just short contracts, but very long contracts.
these,
So it's like, what do
they
you?
call these death row
what's
contracts?
what is the plan here? Like, and then some of the
I don't know.
players, yes, are great talents, but a lot of them are just being sent to leagues where they're not going to develop, or into systems where they're not going to help.
Well,
them
I mean-
become players in top leagues.
Chelsea seems to have had this system where they buy a bunch of players, but they sell a bunch of them too. Like that, and that always goes under the radar with Chelsea.
It's like a weird
Man City too, to an
market
extent.
cornering.
They're going to get prosecuted
scheme.
in 15 years for this.
when they're no longer the owners.
Yeah.
When they're no longer-
For sure.
When they're possibly in championship, no, I mean,
It's
yeah,
a 15-year process.
yeah, it's interesting thing of like bringing in all that amount of people and being able to turn them out and actually still, I mean, they didn't make a profit, right?
Yeah.
But they're it doesn't seem like as far as the books go, it doesn't seem like anything's wrong. Like they haven't breached FFP or PSR yet. Like they're still doing okay,
and that's one of the things that I find.
despite all that.
Yeah, and this
movement.
is one of the things where I don't know if it's on purpose. Again, the tinfoil hat on me. The FA seems to always be way behind on all this.
Yeah.
Like they don't catch anything until 10 years later, and it's like, don't tell me that the EPL that FA doesn't have enough money to get enough bean counters in there to keep up with each club for the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons. No, we're gonna wait 10 years, and then it becomes one of those things where like, well, are you gonna punish Bowley because you can't punish
Abramovich.
Right.
Abramovich anymore? Like, well, what are you
Right.
gonna do? Like that, but the players get punished right away. Like, oh, no, you went 2-footed into the stands, Cantona, you're out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but he's a legend.
He is a legend.
He can do whatever he wants.
Absolute legend, and he's a legend for doing that too.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, like, well, you got to have the facilities to keep up with these teams, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's not like it's MLS type stuff where you have the weird funny money and the what is it called, the TAM and the GAM. That's not involved, which that in itself is very questionable, and that's probably going to come out near the end of my life where it's like, yeah, this TAM GAM stuff was all fake numbers.
Well, I mean, you and teams have been punished before. Chelsea, like I said, had the transfer ban. We saw what happened to Everton. If I remember correctly, Nottingham Forest also had.
Well, even Everton, their punishment was something that happened like 8 years before or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was like from 2 years ago.
And I mean, I can't remember what Nottingham Forest got punished for, but I think they got points deducted or something happened to them a couple of seasons ago too. I mean, but I always thought that was because of the PSR, FFP, kind of like they couldn't meet the requirements. They were in the red when it came to that sort of stuff. So it's funny because it's the new laws that are actually punishing some of these teams, whereas like what happened before those laws, we're still trying to punish those teams.
Well, I also think it was the big question on City that everybody had. It was like, how is City doing this? You know, how are they paying these?
Because they're the most popular
crazy
team in the world,
contracts?
don't you know?
Yeah, well, that's what they were selling us 5, 6, 7 years ago. It's
Yeah.
like, well, they're just great. They're great at what they do. And then it
Right.
comes out, it's like, no, they were hiding money in other accounts and in other businesses or
Well,
in other
yeah,
forms of bringing money in.
They were bringing money in through like
Yeah,
through
you're listening to
dummy
WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC. We are currently talking about all the allegations that happen in soccer because it's a lot of them.
Breaking.
Yeah. You want to finish what you were saying about City?
No, it's just like they were being the way that they were paying was through those dummy corporations and that were set up that like, you know, if you actually look them up, it's like nobody actually works there. There's like iPhone or, you know, whatever they were saying about that sort of stuff. But it's they're always going to try to, and it might not just be Man City alone, but it's these teams are always going to try to find ways around it. Like Todd Bowley and Chelsea for the most part always try to find those loopholes. That's what those contracts are. Oh, nobody's doing this. Well, I'll pay X amount of money and I'll put them on 8 to 10 year contracts, and that surpasses the FFP and the PSR. And what are you going to do about it? And then they had to write rules against that.
Right.
You know, so they're always going to look for that. That's actually what they're best at. That's why they bring them in. That's why they bring in people like Todd Bowley is to find those things.
It's manipulation, sort of.
For sure. Yeah.
And he's not concerned with traditional ways of like making money, like soccer, like no sponsor, no nothing. It's just like we're just gonna cook the heck out of these books, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Let me get 100 dudes in here, man. I'm gonna flip them.
Well, that's exactly what City did, though. The one thing that City did,
There's got to be a sponsor for that. Come on.
the one thing that City did in UEFA, which I thought was hilarious, and you can still find the pictures online and the reports online. So they go to UEFA. UEFA's hitting them up with all these fines. And City shows up with like 110 or 100, 120 or something like that, lawyers. Basically one lawyer per case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they walk out of there like, they don't even have the lawyers to keep up with us.
No.
Like, and so they just walked out of there pretty much scot-free from that point.
Yeah.
It's so much so that City ended up suing UEFA.
Right.
For you're wasting my time.
Yeah, and I mean that's a whole other thing because essentially, as far as I understand
So got under Wenger's skin. And
well,
he
because
was so mad at that whole thing.
Well, it's because because
Wenger had been calling him out for a while.
Yeah, and it sounded like there was actually a case there, but then they had the statute of limitations, and they couldn't go forward with it with some of the evidence or whatever. But they don't have. It's essentially what's happening in the EPL now with the same 115 charges, except there is no statute of limitations. So it just seems like Man City is doing everything they can to obfuscate and just keep on kicking the can down. So it just
but this was on the FA. The FA was like, oh, we're going to punish them at the end of the season, and then nothing happened, and nobody said anything. There was no reporter that was like, hey, so you said you were going to do this.
The thing is that it's so much as part of like the EPL and so much part of like we're so used to hearing about it that I don't see it going away. We're just gonna wait and bide our time and just being like, okay, well,
there's very little justice. Right?
Yeah,
they just keep kicking it down the road,
but it's not gonna go away.
Yeah,
but but the issue that I'm seeing is that it makes it really, really difficult for those championship teams that do come up to stay up, and then they end up in that yo-yo. You know, like Leicester, like Wolves, and like soon Nottingham Forest. And so then you end up with these teams who are trying to do their best to come up because coming up from the championship is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Staying-
you do
and
make a lot
staying
of
up-
money too at the same time. though.
Right, but staying
yes.
up those first 2 years, if you don't do the business thing and sell off your entire squad and you want to stay up, then staying up is also really expensive. You don't start making that money back till you win one of those trophies, the FA, the Carabao, something, or you qualify for Europa or the Confederation or making it champions if you're lucky. You really don't start making that money back.
I mean, but you can make enough money to stay up. Whether or not you're going to be competitive, that's what makes it difficult. Look at Wolves. They came up I don't know how many years ago.
Well, I mean, they ended up in top 6 for like 2 seasons, and then
But it's difficult.
and then their owner passed away.
I think last year all 3 teams that came up went back down. Does
Yeah.
that sound
Oh
right?
yeah,
I think that's
and
happened
they didn't
twice
just go
in a
back
row.
down; they went back hard.
Yeah.
Like those last 3 spots were
Yeah.
tons of points out of staying up. Like there was not going to happen.
Yeah.
And one of them was gone by way before December. Like
I think it was Southampton. Maybe.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, they were
we were
bad.
waiting for like 2 games in January for them to get mathematically eliminated, but there was just no way they were making it back, and that was done by November, December.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That was,
So
that was rough.
if we keep protecting these, the elites, the big banks, then the little banks can't do anything. They just can't. They can't compete.
But it's different. It's different in the sense of, I mean, I don't know all the financials of it, but from what I understand, as far as like the TV rights go, the money is spread not exactly evenly, but pretty like it's not like La Liga where it all goes to the top.
Right.
Like getting to the Premier League is a huge deal.
It's a huge payout.
It's a huge payout, and even when you're going down, you still get a good amount of money.
You get the parachute payment.
for sure.
Yeah.
So like it, I mean, what's happening compared to what's happening in the championship? I mean, you're making out no matter what, right? But if you look at something like La Liga, it's like that's it. The thing that sucks is that the results are the same. It doesn't matter, right? It's always the same top teams are always at the top and always have the biggest chances to win and all
Well, I
that
mean,
sort of stuff.
that's until you get a conglomerate, because City was not a top team till OPEC came in and bought him out and started
Sure.
throwing big chunks of money at him.
But
And
you
even
see-
then, we have to look at that and be like, well, we should have been investigating that, because
But even then,
here we are.
But because they implemented some of the rules that they have, now it makes it even more difficult to do that. Look at Newcastle; they're trying, and
Well,
they
they
did
got
try.
caught quick. They
Well,
got
but the
caught
thing-
quick, so that was the issue with that.
But actually, like since the takeover, they haven't really, as far as we know, they haven't really capitalized on trying to do what Chelsea and Man City basically
They
did.
couldn't keep Isaac.
They couldn't.
you
It's
know, so.
Exactly. It's not like they're the richest.
They
team.
wanted to.
They have the richest owners in the league, but because of the laws, they can't. Exactly. Like they couldn't keep Isak because they couldn't pay Isak because because of PSR and FFP.
Yeah.
So like they couldn't pay him enough to give him the wages that he deserves. So he wanted out. But now they have 130 million pounds.
Right, but see, that's what I'm talking about. We're implementing the FFP, and it looks like the FA is really trying to do this time. But you end up Isak leaving, Newcastle, who at this point is an up and coming team.
Yeah.
And he goes to Liverpool,
Yeah.
who's already a team with money, already a team with
Sure.
trophies, already a team with the top coach, who's
Maybe just
probably
the
going to take
last
another trophy.
piece we needed.
But here's the
So
thing.
you're just taking this money from this rich team and giving it to that rich team.
Okay. Well, for sure, but that can take them to that next step that they want to get to. It's not like they're far. Well, what did they finish? 5th place last year, 6th place. They're almost breaking into the top 4.
Yeah.
Right. They just need a couple more pieces. I think they have their coach that they believe in and the system that they believe in. It's the same as us. When we needed those extra small pieces, just a little bit to get us over the edge, we had to sell our best player. We got 150 million for him, and then we put that money to good use.
Right.
That's all Newcastle really needs to do.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But they don't
see,
wanna
that's
do
the-
it. They want it
but
now.
That's
They
completely
want it
different ways
now.
of doing things.
It's
and
not.
I got here. I got. I don't know how to say your name here on Twitch. Zerg, who's saying they'd have to have a cap to stop it. So caps might help. Same in CFB now with NIL. Going to be the same teams over and over.
Sure.
And yeah, that's
But it's been like that for a while now,
Yeah.
anyway.
yeah, but that's kind of destroys the fun, which is why championship is kind of better to watch.
Well, no, yeah.
Because
Oh, for
you
sure.
have a lot of up and down in the championship. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, what do you do? Like, if you take like an American model, you can't really predict who's going to win what every
well, even in
season.
the American model, you're kind of still it's going to be the Patriots at the end.
No,
the
because
Bears ain't going to be there.
No, because it's been the Kansas City Chiefs. It's been the Eagles. It's been like it's not always the same ones constantly. Whereas I don't remember the last time Barca or Real Madrid didn't win something. You know what I mean? Man City literally won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what the fix is there.
Yeah. So, well, moving on to teams that have a lot of money. Let's talk about the Champions League, which is basically another format where we know it's going to be X, Y, or Z at the end of this. And it's not going to be. I mean, I don't see. I don't see Olympiacos taking it this year.
No, I mean one of the surprising things of the new format that we all saw last season, you did get those kind of teams like what was it? Wasn't it Brest from like?
You did great, yeah.
They're
last season.
French, right?
Yeah.
Was it?
Or maybe Belgium.
I think it might have been.
They're Belgium.
Like teams like that can make it and will advance. You always got those teams in the older system too, but then you had teams that were actually in danger of not making it, and PSG being one of them. They almost didn't make it out of the group stage. Or whatever you want to call it, but the equivalent of. So, in that sense, the new format is kind of fun. But, yeah, at the end of it, it was the same teams. It was your
PSGs, your Real Madrid,
PSGs,
your
Real
Barcelonas.
Madrids, your Arsenals, your Liverpools. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man Cities. Yeah, it's all the same.
So even when they change the format, add more teams, you still kind of end up with the same draw. Now, okay, cream to the top kind of thing. I get it.
Yeah.
But we were looking at this as being this a form to equalize, and I'm not going to say equalize because it's impossible to equalize this, right? But a format to give other clubs and other countries out of the top 3, leagues, La Liga, EPL, and Serie A, a chance, which you're really not seeing it. I mean, even the Italian clubs were pretty much kicked out for the most part.
Yeah.
After the first round of matches, right?
Yeah.
I don't think many of them actually qualified in. I think AC made it in, and I think it was just AC and maybe one other club.
I mean, I think what was mentioned earlier by one of our listeners about having the cap is an interesting thing. I also think there was something that one of the things that I actually did like about the idea of the Super League was that the way I read it was everybody in that league would get the equal amount of money to spend, and it was like an obscene amount of money, but everybody got the exact same. I wonder if something like that could have been implemented. I doubt it, and I doubt that they would allow something like that. But imagine if every team had the exact same amount of money to spend on transfers, to spend on whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that would help to level things out a little bit and give those other teams a chance. But I think it'll still end up the same. Because now you got players who want to play for these traditional teams who are always winning, right? Everybody wants to play for Real Madrid. Everybody wants to play for Barcelona. And it's been like that for decades now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if you give a team like Eintracht Frankfurt the same amount of money as you would give to Real Madrid, they don't have the pooling power.
Well, but there's some teams that are making more of a name now. Like Betis is making more of a name. Atletico Bilbao is making more of a name. And I know in La Liga there's more of that. But even in EPL, you are looking at now a lot of followers going back to Newcastle, which Newcastle used to be a big historical team that kind of faded away, and then now they're coming back as the standard. It's Newcastle when they're back.
Yeah.
For a long time, I was a secret, Wolves fan, and I was a Wolves fan since they were in Championship. And it was great to see them come up to the Premier League. I knew they weren't going to stay there because the money wasn't there. So that made it more. And they did make that fight. They did make that fight into probably 5th, 6th place. And then Liverpool took all our players.
We took
Jota.
we took one player, man.
I'm just saying.
Remind me to give you the Wolverhampton soccer song. It's really good.
There you go.
It's really good.
So right here, one of the online questions. He's got to put the shout out to those Aggies before you guys sign off. Yeah,
All right.
whoop 'em, Aggies, gig 'em. What team would Tamu be if they were a Champions League team?
Tamu.
Texas A&M University. It's an
What
Aggie.
team
We
if-
got an Aggie. Yeah, who would they be? So okay,
In the EPL?
yeah, like say who would they be in EPL? In EPL, I think they would be more like Manchester United is right now, a team with history, a team with knowledge, big football background, but just can't right now make it to that top. Break that top ceiling, get that title.
I'm not.
Always going to finish second, third, fourth, fifth.
Well, I'm not up to speed as to how good A&M is playing now. I remember how they were back then, like way back in the day.
Right.
So I guess Man, you sounds right.
Thanks. In Champions League, I don't know. In Champions League, it'd probably be more like an Italian league, club. AC Milan always, do their thing, do their job, do it well. But once the big bosses show up, it's really hard for them to topple them.
And like an AC Milan sounds about right.
Champions League has some teams from Cypria this year.
Yeah. They've
And also
expanded.
Kazakhstan.
Yep.
Ah,
Yes, they do. So those are the teams I would call out for that example. Champions League does start Tuesday,
Yeah.
September 16th. One of the first games that I do definitely want to watch is Athletic Club versus Arsenal. I think that's going to be a fun matchup.
that's next Tuesday.
That is on
It's
Tuesday.
already starting.
Wow.
Jeez. I'm like,
That is on Tuesday. Another big one that I want to watch, and it's just because Villarreal is doing so well this season.
yeah,
like
my Yellow Submarines.
Yellow Submarines, man. Still in first place, I think. I'm not sure if they dropped the first
No,
place.
because they tied.
Okay.
I think Real Madrid's in first place.
They got Spurs also on Tuesday.
Oh, that'll be good.
That's a good game. That one's at 2
yeah.
o'clock. We'll definitely have that
Dang, Tuesday stacked.
blasting in the beer production facility.
Wednesday's good too.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday's pretty solid as well. Yeah. Bayern and Chelsea.
That's Wednesday?
That'll be interesting. Yeah, Wednesday at 2.
Dang, that is good.
Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, which I think Liverpool's got that one.
Is that at?
Atleti had a horrible start this season.
Is that at? Atletico
No,
Madrid?
you're at Liverpool.
It's at-
You're at.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
at
It's at the Letty, yeah.
Yeah, they better park that bus. You know what's
well,
good
you
for
know,
'em.
Simeone,
You know he
El
will.
Cholo's definitely going to do that. Then we're going on to Thursday. What's a good one here? Newcastle,
Barca.
Barcelona.
Yep.
That's going to be interesting.
At Barca.
At Newcastle.
Wow. Okay, that's not bad.
So that's going to be the big one on Thursday. I
Oh man,
think.
I'm not gonna get any work done next week.
I'll let Javi know.
Yeah, you let them know.
So that's what we got going on for Champions League. Quick prediction, and then we're just going to put this out there. This is nothing that I'm going to hold you to. Who do you think is going to take champions?
Oh man, I gotta say Liverpool.
Liverpool, right?
I'm just too biased, and
It seems like the stars are sort of aligning right now.
yeah, but
You don't have a lot of depth on the back line, I will say that.
for sure, that's true. Okay, I'll caveat it with if we do pick up somebody in the winter window, then I think we have the best chance. But us missing out on Mark Guehi,
Yeah.
it did hamper it a little bit.
All right. Who you got, Drew?
I would say, just being realistic based off last season, I think PSG's got a good chance of doing that again. But
Yeah. They got a great chance
that
because
double
of
run that back to back does hard. Though.
Yeah.
it's hard, but they
You-
have the advantage of their league not being great, and they don't really have to
helps them, yeah.
focus on that
Yeah.
league, so they can rest their players. That really helps in
Yeah,
like
it helps
the
them out a lot.
stretch.
Yeah, it helps them out a lot.
Yeah,
or also Barcelona, I think, look great.
Yeah, that was kind of so.
yeah.
I'm thinking.
That's a good
This
shout.
is what I'm thinking. So either you guys, Liverpool and Arsenal, will be trading spaces. One of you takes the league. I think the other one takes champions.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Simply because
I
I
can see
think
that.
I think as of right now, the way the season is right now, Barcelona had those hiccups also at the beginning of the season, and I think the kids are either they're losing their focus on what the strategy is for all of Barcelona. Like they might be getting fed up with the game plan. They might be getting fed up with whatever. It looks like they're losing that concentration that they did have last year. Real just doesn't have the depth, and we don't have the defense. I think we're going to go far. I just don't think we'll be able to finish it like last year.
And Alfonso's he's still figuring it out.
Yeah, he's figuring it out, which is fine. I mean, that's fine. I do expect a deep run and a much safer run out of Real Madrid this season.
Alonso, not Alfonso.
Alonso. Because last season we almost did not make the cut. We came down to the
one of
last
those that
game,
struggled.
One of those we struggled a lot at the beginning of the Champions. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think we're going to get a nice run into the round stages, but then it's going to get really difficult at that point. After that, I do see Arsenal just having the capability to go far in this tournament.
They were good last year.
They were solid last year. I mean, they were right there. It was just that last game.
See, I kind of think Arsenal is better built for a tournament.
A tournament.
Where are they?
Absolutely.
Where are their weaknesses, man?
Because defensively, it's that whole idea. Oh, defense wins you titles. It wins you cups.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can rely defense for a league. But you can for a tournament.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Cubeta. We do have City and Napoli also on Thursday. That's right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Arsenal, I think, is the only issue that I see that Arsenal has with a tournament team. And, oh, my God. Arsenal.
I'm staying out of this one.
Don't slap me when you see me, guys. Is Arteta. Because he doesn't rotate the players.
Well,
and he needs to learn to do that. And I think if he starts doing that, again, we just started the season, right? So the rotation doesn't have to be big right now. But once Champions starts, once FA starts, once Carabao gets rolling, once all that, I need to see rotation. But if it's the same lineup, every match, it's done. They're not gonna be able to do it again.
I agree.
PSG gets to rest. PSG gets another.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's what it is.
I can see. Okay, so
outrun you.
Yeah.
If I had a dark horse, it would probably be Arsenal, because they have that defense that is formidable. It's tough team to play against, and if Arteta does anything right, it's play that. He knows how to park a bus. He knows how to make you work to get through them. They don't give up goals easily, and that can get you far. That in a tournament can get you enough points to just kind of sneak your way through that tournament, and all of a sudden you're in the final. So I can see them getting there for sure.
Yeah,
and it might be their year. That would be, honestly. I mean, for Arsenal, wouldn't that be more exciting to win the Champions? Because they don't have that. They don't have that trophy. That would be.
Would it be the first one ever?
Their first ever? No.
They have never won a European Cup of any kind? Wow. Wow, I didn't know that.
No.
They've won Europa.
I don't think so.
I thought they won Europa.
I don't think so. I mean, double check me, but I thought the whole big thing about Arsenal is that they've never won anything in Europe. And that was kind of like the joke of Tottenham winning the Europa League and kind of throwing it in their face, like, we're champions of Europe. You'll never see that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're right. They were the runners-up in 2019.
There you go.
Oh, wow. That's... Wow, that is actually kind of mind-blowing.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
even with Wenger? No? Thierry Henry? No. Wow.
No, Thierry Henry had to go to Barca to win a Champions League.
Oh, dude, that's... Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm not going to speak for Arsenal fans, obviously, but I think if I was in their position, like as a Liverpool fan, I want to win Champions League, maybe a little bit more than the league, although the league is always like the first thing you want to win. But I love winning the Champions League, because it's so ingrained in our history that I want to win it so badly.
Yeah. As for my side of it with Real Madrid, honestly, if we don't even make it out of the group, that's fine, because the only thing I care about is league this year. That's it.
Yeah.
So
I can see that. That's fair.
I'm not. There's no pressure to win any other trophy from my perspective.
And you guys have you've won enough of them. Who cares?
It's only 14 times. But I'm not the majority fan base, right? Like, they don't think like I do at all.
It's probably the opposite.
No. They want to win everything. So, and I understand that. But look, let's. I do not want to, and it is. It's Barcelona. I do not want to be embarrassed by Barcelona like we were last season, where both games we were just handed.
Almost all of them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just bad. Like it was bad. And then in,
they were-
in the
Some
Copa
domestic
del
games too.
Rey, in the
Yeah.
Copa del Rey, we were also embarrassed. So at home and away, I just don't want to see that.
But you guys didn't have any. Well, you didn't have a defense, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
There'll
well,
be
we don't
some
have much of a
exciting games.
defense this year either. Like we're still dealing with older
Yeah.
players in the background. Some of the players that we
Yeah.
have in the back that I don't even trust them. Like Asensio, what are you gonna do? Like, yeah, I'm just not there with it. I'm not there with it. So we'll see what happens. Anything else you guys want to cover for champions before we move on?
No, but those
All right.
games sound great.
No, it's a lot of good games this
Yeah.
first week.
Absolutely.
Right before we go on break, we are going to start a new thing here at Lumpen FC. We're going to start a book club, and the book club is because we want everyone to be a part of this conversation, not just us speaking into the microphone. We did have quite a good viewership today on Lumpen TV,
Nice.
so that was a lot of fun. And everybody has been asking questions and leaving their comments, which is what we want. We want everybody to be a part of this conversation. So we will be talking about soccer as everyone can read at home at their own pace, where we're giving everybody about 3.5 months to finish, short books on topics that have to do with the modern game or historical actions that are showing their influence in the modern game today, like FFP.
Right.
Or other things that may occur, or the way champions moved and changed their format. The first book that we will be reading is The Beckham Experiment. And The Beckham Experiment, why we picked that one is because we want to start with the home product here at MLS and why MLS is the way it is, which is bananas. With the way they treat, older players that come into the system, younger players that don't really develop in the system, in my opinion, how there are really no true academy programs, and how Beckham was talking about that to the previous or to the current ownership of MLS. And we want to look into that and then have that conversation with everybody. So if anybody wants to be a part of the conversation, we will probably reviewing that book in December or the first show in January. We haven't decided yet because we want to make sure everybody gets involved first. While we're on that topic, the BPF will also be doing some sponsorship coming up soon, along with Barra Brava Brewing. And if you want to be a part of the BPF, just follow us at 3160 Firm. That is a SG, a soccer SG. But we're not just soccer. We do all sorts of sports. We're going to start a running club, also running cycling club. So you all hit us up, 3160 Firm, or at Barra Brava Brewing Co. And that's kind of the first book that we're going to do, and that's kind of why we're looking at that book. We will be talking about it. We do have to go on break here in a minute. We do want to talk quickly about the Chicago Fire, and it looks like they might be maybe playoffs.
Oh boy, I don't know if I can handle it. When was the last time they were in?
It's gonna be. It's gonna be a push.
It's been a while.
Because the last time I remember was when Paunovic was their coach.
Yeah, it was when
Schweinsteiger.
Schweinsteiger was here. So what's that?
2018.
4 or 5 years, somewhere around
It
there.
was pre-COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
They got a big match tomorrow against New York.
There is a huge match tomorrow against New York. Let me look up the standings real quick.
Chicago's in 9th here, right below New York with 42 points.
Right. So ninth puts us in the whatever it is in MLS, the play-in round.
Play-in, yeah.
The play-in round. If we topple New York tomorrow, that gives us a more sure-footed position to be into the play-in rounds as well. It doesn't look like we're going to catch up to Columbus, which would be an automatic bid into playoffs. But it might be the first time that we see the Chicago Fire in the playoffs for quite some time.
Wow.
Now, the Chicago Fire did just have an issue at the front of house where they, I guess, unknowingly hired an individual that had a lot of problems with his previous employer, and I lost the report here.
Did you close your tabs?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man. Well,
If you can help me find that, I can't find that.
the Chicago Fire.
Yeah, I found a bit of it here. The Athletic and Fox Sports detailed allegations of misconduct towards women involving at least 8 individuals within the Chicago Fire organization. One alleged incident involved former vice president of partnership sales Michael Leinert, who reportedly resigned in 2023 following an accusation of pushing a female coworker downstairs.
So,
And what are you reading this on?
This is from The Athletic and Fox Sports.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
On top of which, the Chicago Fire are also dealing with a claim from one of the aldermans about the new stadium can only be on a plot of land where there will only be one stadium. So I don't know how that will affect the Chicago Fire on their decision making about opening that new stadium. So they've been dealing with some issues, and we'll be talking about the Chicago Fire, the playoffs, and the situations that they're in as soon as we come back after this break. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC.
This is Sadie Woods, and I'm bringing you Gridlock Sound Lab, Rush Hour Radio featuring house, Afro-Latin rhythms, world beat, disco, funk, soul, electro, and indie dance music. Gridlock Sound Lab, first and third Fridays at 4, only on 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio.
Weird Lady Music is now on Lumpen Radio every first and third and sometimes fifth Friday of the month at 7 p.m. My name is Baltazar, and I will be your host playing weird music made by ladies and music made by weird ladies across genres, geographies, and generations. Join me, citizens.
Lumpen Radio is supported by the Museum of Contemporary Art Chicago. The MCA champions the new and unexpected in contemporary art and culture through its exhibitions, performances, programs, and collection. Located in the heart of downtown Chicago, the MCA boasts the award-winning MCA store, the Marisol Restaurant and Bar, a 300-seat theater, and a terraced sculpture garden with a great view of Lake Michigan. Every Tuesday, the MCA is open until 9 p.m. and is free for Illinois residents. The MCA also offers free admission for anyone 18 and under all year long. For more information, visit mcachicago.org.
Have you ever felt there was more to this world than you could understand? Join me, DJ Heaven, for Spirit Worlds. Every first and third Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Lumpen Radio. Spirit World is a showcase of sounds designed to transport you to another world. Spiritual world that we cannot see but feel.
Welcome back. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. We were just talking about one of the issues going on at Chicago Fire front office. I'm trying to make sure we get the story correct. We are getting this off The Athletic. From what I understand, the situation was that the previous offenses had occurred at the Detroit Tigers facilities or club franchise, I guess is what they are in baseball. And then that individual liner was hired by the Chicago Fire. Now the Chicago Fire have dismissed him very quickly. It's basically as soon as this story broke.
Was that today, or how long has this been?
It's been a couple of days. Yeah, it's been a couple of days. And as of yesterday, from what I understand, from what I saw on Instagram, they had dismissed the individual who has had several issues. So that is something,
So it wasn't
did
just
talk-
one incident. It's been others
Well,
that it's had.
apparently, okay. So allegedly, the issues were occurring since he was with the Detroit Tigers. There were several issues there, and with women and his conduct towards women. Now, how that none of that ever showed up in. I mean, definitely not going to go on a resume, but nobody made a call. Hey,
He didn't put it in his LinkedIn.
nobody. Yeah, it's not in LinkedIn, but nobody made a call to the Detroit Tigers and was like, "Hey, have you had any issues?" I'm not sure how those interviews go down or how those situations are for at that level, but yeah, at least I got to give it to the Fire to at least make a quick move out of it and end it quickly. I know that there were several of the SGs that had made their feelings felt immediately. They made their statements quickly, and it seems like the FO responded pretty quickly to that as well. To that, it wasn't pressure. It's just, dude, you got to do what you got to do.
The right thing.
Wow.
On top of that, the Chicago Fire again are dealing with it's like anything with the city, right? It's going to be difficult to build a building in Chicago.
So they have this plot of land that Mantu Soto, or I don't know.
So every team in Chicago wants to move, except for the Blackhawks, I guess, at this point, right?
Where are they going to go?
what other ice rink do we have? On the lake.
They're
On the
fine.
lake, winter only.
Oh,
I
jeez.
think the Cubs are good.
I'd actually watch that.
Oh, the Cubs are good too, right? They just renovated, right? So
They ain't going anywhere.
they got some money.
No.
They're more in arguments with the
They're
buildings
gonna
next
go to
door.
Arlington Heights too.
So you have the Bears who want money. You have the Sox who want a new stadium. And I still, for the life of me, cannot understand why the Sox want a new stadium. That stadium is awesome.
Yeah,
I like that stadium.
I like Comiskey. And it's forever Comiskey.
It's Comiskey. No, it's
got good-
Comiskey. It's always going to be
Good
Comiskey.
food, man. They got
Yeah,
good food.
the food is great. It's an easy location to get to.
yeah.
It's a good atmosphere. It's well designed.
Yeah.
I don't know what the issue is with that. Why they don't want to play there.
I guess there's those arguments that it's not modern. It looks old. Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Does it?
I don't think so. But then again, I don't go to baseball fields to compare. I don't think it looks any older than Wrigley Field to me when I've been, and I've been to Wrigley a few times. And I'm like, this looks old as hell. So I don't know. I don't know what that argument is, to be honest.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, does it look like Real Madrid's stadium? No, but come on, you know what I mean?
The city doesn't have $5 billion or whatever it is that we all spent on
But
it.
for a baseball field, it's fine.
No, I think it's a wonderful. The only reason I don't go to more games is just because they're so bad.
Yeah.
They've been better this season, I
yeah,
guess.
should have seen us last year.
Yeah, last year was horrendous. So that's the only reason I'm not going to those games. But I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand why the Sox want a new stadium, but whatever. It's sports, right? Maybe the owners need a new
money.
write-off or something. Yeah,
Sure.
whatever. So the Fire have been looking after this one plot of land. For a while now, they have, I believe, have started the process. And the owner of the Fire was like, "Look, I'm going to pay for it. I don't need money from the city.
Yep.
I just need you to say yes."
Right.
So that's awesome. Look, I'm of the
Right.
opinion,
He was supposed to pay for everything, right?
Yeah, I'm of the opinion
Right.
if you are a billionaire owner of a sports franchise, you cough up the money for everything. Granted, you have the right to keep the money more now. Like you get the concessions, you get the tickets, you get all that. Just pay your taxes on the property and solid.
Right.
Great. So if he's going to do that, that's fantastic. But like everything in Chicago, the aldermans get involved, the mayor gets involved, everybody gets involved. I'm sure the lawsuits will start soon because
Why not?
Because why not, right?
I watched the presentation they did. They've been pretty transparent about it. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. You can watch them kind of talking with the neighborhood groups. It's pretty insightful for the.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's one of the other issues is involving the neighborhood, because or not just the neighborhood, the fan base, the neighborhood, the people that pay for the tickets every game, pay those season tickets, and have been doing so for a long time, because the Chicago Fire also have an issue with not really watching out for those fans.
Right.
So which
Segue.
puts us in the position of one of the issues that we have had with the Chicago Fire. Not really. I mean, have they yet made a statement on what's going to go on with the ICE issue or the deportation issue? the safety at the stadium. How is the safety going to be at the new stadium?
Right.
Not just with, the issues that will happen with ICE, but also the issues that will happen with the security services that we've had a lot of issues with. Now, I'm not going to name the security service, but everybody in Chicago knows the security service because I don't want any problems.
I think there's only one security service. Is why.
And that's where some of those issues come into play, which is why we have Drew here today, who's going to talk to us about an event that is happening in October at Mars. We can't call the event what it's actually called because of the words that can't be said live on air.
No.
Which just makes it way more intriguing, right?
Yeah, right.
But it is going to be, it's coming up. It's going to be October 18th on Saturday. It is going to be a kit press event for the final final match for the Fire versus New England Revolution. So as far as the event themes, these messages are going to be anti-ICE and pro-immigrant designs and messages that we're going to be printing on the shirts. The groups that are involved besides Sector Latino and the Bridgeport Pilsen firm is going to be the Crossbar group. So these guys are sort of the main premier footy designer collective in the city of Chicago. So really happy to get them to work on collaboration with us. And this is going to benefit the ICIRR, which is the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights.
Excellent. That's awesome.
Yep.
So what is it? The shirt pressing, I know that they're going to be doing the Chihuahua La Migra.
Sure.
Which you can make your own. Can make your own.
Wait, did you come up with that like right now?
The closest thing I can think of is Chihuahua.
No, that's really good. I would never have thought of that.
There will be the our what we like to think of as maybe the trademark Chihuahua La Migra shirt. Aside from that,
okay,
it's going to be a thing.
Can I get the Chihuahua and the other one?
Yes, we can get them both.
So that's a good one. That's going to be available. There's also going to be Chihuahua Ice shirt too. That's going to be a nice pairing with that, as well as I think we're going to do some graphics for Sector Latino and maybe even the Bridgeport Pilsen firm. We haven't really decided all the final graphics for the event, but we definitely will be focusing on pro-refugee, pro-immigrant, anti-ICE themes. And it's not just shirts and not just kits. You want to bring something that would be a nice print, whether it's a flag or maybe some shorts. Don't bring anything too crazy that, don't going to get damaged in the press. But
Right.
yeah, I think there's a lot of different options. So
that's awesome. If you want information on this event, follow us again on 3160 Firm or follow us at Barra Brava Brewing Co. You can hit us up there for any of the information. Feel free to contact us there. You can also hit us up at lumpenfcradio@gmail.com. You can drop any questions or any comments that you'd like to send to us on that email as well. Wait, hold on. Cubeta, letting us know about the past subject. 9 employees from the Detroit Tigers, but one of the guys joined the Fire afterwards and was fired today.
yeah.
So that's what occurred right there. This event will be occurring in October 18th.
Yep.
And it is the final
It's
game
the
for the Chicago.
finale,
It's the last game of
yep.
MLS also that night as well. So we'll be probably
Probably
Airing
be in
that,
a
yeah.
fight, hopefully.
for the
contention
playoffs,
there, for sure.
to get in those playoffs for the Chicago Fire.
Yep.
Now the big question: new stadium.
Yeah.
You getting season tickets? I know you're not. I know
Me,
you're
no.
not.
No. No.
For me, it really
No, I'm
depends.
not
For me,
going
it goes back to this topic. For me, it really depends on if they're
Sort
going to
of
make a
agree,
statement.
yeah.
If they're going to make a statement on this topic, and if they're not, then no.
Yeah,
that's just my own opinion. my own.
Silence speaks very loudly.
Yeah.
Is the consensus that I've basically been.
Yeah, and that's
realized,
just my opinion on that. Like you come on, like this is an easy statement to make. You've made other statements, obviously. So
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that might change that might get me to change my stance on not getting season tickets. Is something like that. If they came out with a statement, if they
Because we also dealt with the Nelson Rodriguez.
That's what
who's now the vice president of MLS, and is being groomed and trained to be the commissioner, the next commissioner.
Which is why, since then, I refused, and it's been my own kind of protest against it too, because there should be a conversation, at least something like that. And it seems like any major thing that happens with the fire always gets skirted, always gets ignored, always gets put under the rug. Conveniently, yeah. And it's not sustainable, in the long run.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that stopped giving them money for season tickets because of these things.
Yeah, and then no, you're not. And these are like simple statements that could be made.
Sure.
It's not 115 cases of tax fraud. it's
right.
It's just you put it on Instagram. Let us know if we're going to be safe.
See, the thing is that 115 cases where we ended up winning anyways, I would probably still get season tickets because of that. To be honest,
you can be so easily bought with a W.
You have to do some real. Oh yeah, who can't be? But you have to do some serious bonkers things that I expect at least an apology for if you're forcing me to give up my season ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, it's not that hard.
And this is with Crossbar Syndicate, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, do they have a website?
Sure. That's going to be. Let's see. It's going to be Crossbar.
Because I can't remember the Instagram right off the top of my head.
It's the Crossbar Syndicate is on the Instagram. And the actual website is going to be, let's see.
That's a great group.
Absolutely.
Awesome jerseys. Oh, love it.
I'll pull that up right now. Sorry.
No worries.
So with the stadium, you were talking about how you were saying that the alderman, that they have a plot of land,
right.
But the alderman only.
So the alderman is making the stipulation that agreeing to them doing this, because it's not just a stadium, they're doing a whole thing, right? They're doing the complex,
like a village kind of thing.
It's a village, right? They're making a community there.
Yeah.
And the agreement is there as long as there is only one stadium. So that's kind of the issue there. That's what I was asking. Is like, I don't know, was somebody planning a third stadium? Was somebody planning?
Is it a training? They already have a lot of training facilities. Right?
Yeah, they have training facilities, so they wouldn't need that either. And even then, a training facility is not a stadium,
those
right?
Blueprints are on the proposal that I was looking at, but I don't recall looking at the actual different stadium setups there. No, I know there's a lot of condos out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, there was a lot of buildings, right? And it was a big. They had a plaza. They had the rendering had a plaza. It had like a small park and parks up at the front.
Nice footprint.
The entryway was nice. Like it looked fantastic. But I only saw one stadium. I didn't see. So I don't know why they. So I'm assuming it's one of those things. Like, look, you can't either. Especially how it is happening now. Where groups are coming together. The billionaires are forming groups for sports. So I don't know if maybe the Sox had a deal with Monsueto. They were going to come in and form a group. And I don't know the politics of this. I don't know the inside of it. But
so something happened where they felt like they had to say, "Oh, you can only build one."
That's kind of because other than that, there was no previous plan to do that. Now, because that plot of land is only being taken up so much by the fire, then I guess that just puts the Sox out. They can't open there, in the remainder of what that plot of land has. So maybe that's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm just letting the Sox know, hey,
you can't do anything.
Yeah, there's politics absolutely involved, right? Which I've always said in your sports there is politics, people. So please pay attention to your sports.
So
and the politics in your
probably
sports.
A dumb question or a naive one, anyways. Why not? Why don't they want another stadium on that plot of land?
Oh, traffic alone would be ridiculous.
Traffic. Yeah, that makes sense.
And not only that, you're probably redoing that section of the CTA also because the train goes right through there, like right around there.
Oh, okay.
So you're having a lot that's going to start becoming an issue, I think.
Yeah. Well, then that's reasonable, then, right? I mean.
And Cubeta's telling us the plans also still have to be approved by the city council. So yeah, it's Chicago. Nothing's easy. Yeah. It's not. You're not going to be able to just put a building up.
Yeah.
The renderings are pretty nice, though. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
It looks
seen
great.
those, yeah.
Some of the nicer stadium proposals I've seen in the city by far. I
Yeah.
think.
I hope it happens. I hope it all comes soon.
I'm sorry, is it near an L stop?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
The Roosevelt Red Line is kind of there, and then I think towards the south you could probably get over. Well, there's the river in the way, so you probably would. You would probably go to the Roosevelt Red Line there.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's a nice area. Somebody has to do something with it because it's been empty for.
Right.
I moved here 7 years ago, 6 7 years. It's been empty since I moved here. So
little park there now. It's not terrible to sort of
really?
just walk through it.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I don't
check
think
it out.
it's not fully utilized by any means, but I think you can kind of get in. Some parts of it are renovated for outdoor
Nice.
usage. Yeah.
excellent. All
So
right.
does that mean that Soldier Field is just going back to the Bears, is that just going to be a
Soldier
big
Field-
empty
Bears-
stadium?
The Bears are. I don't know what's going on with the Bears. The last thing I read, and this was last year, the end of the season was that they were done. They were out. They're going to go to Arlington, and it was hilarious because everyone in Chicago was like,
Cool.
Okay, leave.
Yeah. See ya.
Like, bye."
And it's going to be 5 years before they really get out.
Yeah.
Of there, is what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so and then the Chicago Fire get pushed out by them all the time, which is why we had the last games at SeatGeek in Bridgeview because the Bears were like,
Right.
"Nah, we're practicing." It's like, okay, all right, cool, thanks.
Oh, boy.
Practicing for losing.
We're practicing the losses. We're gonna get yelled at.
Whatever. I like Bridgeview. I like that stadium.
I do like Bridgeview.
It's
I like
intimate.
SeatGeek also. Yeah.
They really need to get that parking situation taken care of, but they only have 3 games a year.
Yeah, and the
so-
Stars are moving also. They're going over to.
They're going up north.
Northwestern. Yeah,
which is
Northwestern.
Right.
Which I think is going to be really nice for
It's a
them.
very nice stadium. That's very nice, and that's a bike ride up. Like
Yeah.
we can ride up. So that'll be nice.
It's scenic.
And
yeah, for sure.
anything that's in the city is good. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm going to give one more plug here. Instagram, Crossbar Syndicate for the event,
Oh, right on.
October 18th. Also, Sector Latino, Mars, Bridgeport,
There we go.
everybody.
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm not sure if there is someone following us on the show, so I'm going to go ahead and call it tonight, guys, because I think they might be out setting up already.
All right.
You're listening to WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC. Barra Brava is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can currently find Barra Brava products at Life on Mars in Logan Square, Mars Community Brewing in Bridgeport, as well as The Barrel in Pilsen. This has been a lot of fun, y'all. My name's Adrian.
I'm Sebastian.
And Drew, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thanks, guys.
We will have you back again before October 18th, I hope, because we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
Thank you all so much for listening. You all have a good night.
Thanks, guys.